Hello, welcome back to the channel. We've got a different format here. I will be recording this one through my computer. I don't know where I put my camera, just being honest. I'm back and forth between Buffalo and Detroit, as a lot of you know. And yeah, so basically I'm out here and I don't believe I packed my camera yesterday leaving after work. But yeah, so we're going to talk about the games here for sure. Same thing we've been doing. Not looking too hot here. We are currently 17 and 18, picking games straight up. That is down 6 units though, because I've lost every 2 unit game. So, and then the juice got me down one, which sucks. But we've got actually a few big plays this week, but we'll go game by game. Actually, no, let's do the card first, and then we can talk about the games. It is supposedly a weak slate, but when I always say this to you, when people are like, "Hey, it's a bad week. There's not much going on," I want you to think about how long we waited for any game to happen, right, in the off season. And you just close your eyes, think of like the middle of summer, everyone's having fun on the boat, and you're just staring like, gosh darn, I wish we had some football on right now. Those are the type of things you got to think about now. Or even said, like, when I used to do old podcast forums for this YouTube channel, think about COVID when we were doing nothing. Everyone was like sad and depressed, and we were betting on like Korean baseball, right? You have football on. Every game's a good game. Okay, remember that. Only X amount of games in your life you get to watch, and we're gonna watch them all. We'll start off with Virginia, Maryland. I think this is a Friday game. It is Friday, 7 o'clock, Fox Sports One in College Park, Maryland. I have the over between Virginia and Maryland, 49 points. It's just 1 unit to win, risking 1.1 to win one. Both offenses are pretty good. Virginia's been able to move the ball pretty effectively. I know they didn't score a ton against Tennessee, but they were going for it as opposed to kicking field goals, which is pretty cool. Um, and good for us the over. And Josh Gadd's offense sucks, so I think that maybe it'll keep it a bit closer, which means Maryland has to keep their starters in the whole time, and we get that over those 7 touchdowns needed to get the 49 points. Number two, another ACC game here. We are going out into hopefully not hurricane conditions. The only thing I'm kind of worried about here in Alumni Stadium, Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, better known as Boston, for Boston College, Florida State, number 3, Florida State. We're getting high there. I have a double play on this. We're risking 7.7 units in total. You can parlay it together for a little less. I've got Florida State minus 26 as a 3.3 unit play to win 3. And then I've got the over in that game, 4.4 to win 4. Florida State's defense is, pretty good. The secondary is still a little bit questionable sometimes. And I think that we can get a point or two out of Florida State here, or out of Boston College here. 1 or 2 scores is kind of all we need. I think this is a pretty good flex spot. If in a bad week, you have a conference game, you're going to be on the East Coast. A lot of the Heisman voters on the East Coast. I know, obviously, the ACC, well, for now, is going to be a lot of East Coast, and we're adding some West Coast teams going forward. But what I'm trying to say here is, like, look, this is an opportunity for Jordan Travis to go mental. Okay, I think he could do it. I could definitely see it happening. But yeah, I think that it happens here. Clearly, I'm picking it to happen. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to lean pretty heavily into Jordan Travis and the Florida State hype. So that's what we're going to do with that one. Up next is a 2-unit play. Penn State minus 14.5 in Champaign. They're playing the Fighting Illini. I want to believe in Illinois. My guy, obviously, through playback and Twitter and all forms of social media. Shout out Bielema era, our guy. It's just tough to see between the Bears and Illinois. The state of Illinois football is god awful, man, and it's only going to get worse from here. Now they're playing conference opponents. Drew Aller is going to come to town, as TK has been saying in some of the spaces online. The 7 overtime game was the last time these two teams played. It's viral. It goes crazy. That's vengeance. Franklin's kind of like Harbaugh in the sense that he'll fuck on the team if he has to, and he will, and I think he will. So we're going to definitely see that one happen, I believe. And yeah, Penn State minus 14.5, 2 units. Out of principle, I've been talking about this game all offseason. Western Kentucky against Ohio State. At Ohio State, I like Western Kentucky to cover the 29.5 points here. It seems like a trap. I thought this spread would be a lot lower. Kyle McCord was just named QB1 officially by Ohio State. He's going to want to make a statement, but that passing offense is so good for Western Kentucky. We're really going to see how that Ohio State secondary is, and I'm going to fade them until they prove me otherwise. I'm sure they're more behaved. Well, I guess flag-wise, better behaved. But I think they're a better unit top to bottom than what we saw last year. They worked on it clearly in the portal and in the offseason all year. everyone was just, replaying Cornelius Johnson, just throwing it up at the crowd with his 2 touchdowns. It is what it is. So I think Western Kentucky can, kind of keep it going. We'll see if that crazy offense works and can maybe get a little bit of an upset going there. It kind of counterintuitive with the clock rules, but maybe Ohio State's clock rules means they have long drives with only field goals, kind of like similar to the Indiana game. Up next, another 2-unit play. This was a game of the year when it was back at -7, -8, when it was a long time ago. Obviously, a bit of things have happened since then. Washington versus Michigan State, -16 in East Lansing. Obviously, Mark D'Antonio is back from the dead. I was comparing him earlier to Emperor Palpatine in the last Star Wars movie, where it's like, how the hell did this guy not die? How is he back? It's just kind of how it is. I mean, he was really good against Michigan, so I'm obviously scared of him as a Michigan fan. I've always got the polo on when I'm trying to do these games, just so everyone kind of knows where my biases are coming from. But yeah, I think that Washington destroys him. My Heisman pick, Michael Penix, he's got great odds now. It's getting ever better in his favorite. And I just think that he tears apart the secondary. I know the secondary's coach is the head coach, and it'd be kind of embarrassing if that's how they lost, but Mel Tucker was a secondary coach guy as well. And oh boy, that was barbecue chicken back there. And yeah, I think Washington rolls in quite horrific fashion. So at least for Michigan State faithful, your game is on Peacock. So maybe not some people are going to watch it. We'll save the best game of the week for last, but Bowling Green versus Michigan. I like to always give a Michigan pick out. A few seasons ago on Twitter, I've been texting my friends, and I think I would do some podcasts back in the day. I'm not even totally sure. I did a lot back then. I think I was like 12-1 one year, Michigan picks, and I didn't pick the game against Georgia because, right? I like the under. I can't say Michigan's going to cover confidently until a Rutgers game, in which I think we're going to kill Rutgers. It's a Harbaugh revenge tour, but Sherrone Moore's back and they have more of a play call at his hands. Michigan could win this game 48-3, and you hit the under. You'd hit the spread as well, but I don't know if we're going to score every drive, how long we're going to keep the starters in, things like that. Is JJ still going to spray it as much? Or are we going to try to be like, hey, look, we still got a run game? JJ's quietly putting up like generational numbers. He's got some of the highest PFF numbers of all time. I think I tweeted it out the other day. People called it bait. It was not bait. I'm being deadly serious that he's on pace to put up a third or fourth best season in the history of college football in terms of QBR tracking, which has been since like 2005 or something like that, of all time, which everyone around him when the Heisman was a finalist. JJ as a Heisman finalist, it would be hilarious. If not, let alone winning the thing. If he won the Heisman, people would have to delete their accounts, some of the Ohio State guys, but it is what it is. But I think the under is to play here. Yeah, that's just kind of what I have my thoughts on that one. Under the Lights, interesting to see the night show. I will try to do my best to get as much footage as I can to do another quick game day vlog. I know it's not much of a vlog, it's more me just filming in the stadium, but hey, I'm doing what I can, man. Maybe I'll do some pre-game talk or walking with the band like I like to do. Wyoming, Texas is the next game involved. We're taking Wyoming plus 28.5. I think it's a letdown spot for Texas. I mean, I'm technically horns down, even though I have a Texas shirt I wear a lot, and I don't hate the idea of them being back. It's just you got to show me. But I think they kind of can sleepwalk through this game. Obviously, 28 points is a ton in this running clock era. You just beat Bama. I'd probably a little bit of letdown, maybe a little bit of partying. Have spend some NIL money on some fun things, have a great time. So I think Wyoming can stay within this number. We're going to put 1 unit on that one. All 1 units except Washington's 2 units. It was going to be like 10, but it's probably had to get too big. Final game. This is a battle between 2 of the Texas teams. We've got, I know we just talked about one of the Texas teams, TCU Houston. It's on Fox, over under 64, but we're looking at the spread. Houston at home plus 7.5. Give me, the hook inside of a touchdown. I think Dana Holgorsen kind of tries to right the ship and get going in Big 12 play. I know that right the ship is an interesting term with them being 1-1, but they lost to, who was it? Yeah, UTSA, I believe. Was it? No, who they lose to? Sorry, I'm quickly pulling up the schedule here. I thought they beat UTSA. Yeah, they lost to Rice. Yikes, right? Yikes. You can't be losing to Rice. So, don't lose to food, as Josh Pate would say. So, we're taking them there. And then the final one, the best game of the week, in my opinion. I don't care about the Colorado game. Sure, the guy's being mean. The end's going to kill him. It's Colorado State. They suck. It is what it is. Bowling Green, Tennessee, Florida, right? One of the bigger rivalries for Tennessee in the South. I can, take my Tennessee hat and I guess I can put it on for this one here, put the thing there and talk about it. I like the under in this game. Tennessee's completely changed from last year, right? They used to be this run and gun sling it team. Obviously, their offensive coordinator is now over at USF in Tampa doing his thing. Playing Bama at home, as crazy as that is. Bama's coming to South Florida, which is crazy. The Group of Five stadium. When's the last time Bama's gone to a Group of Five away? Probably never. So I think I like the under a lot in this game. It is 59 points. It's a lot. That's what, 7, 8 touchdowns. That's crazy. So Tennessee's a bit more run team. Florida's a run team, but one team's gonna have to throw if the game gets crazy. I think both teams are gonna take their time, methodical. It's a huge statement game for both teams. Tennessee can be winning their first game of Swamp since 2003, which is crazy. And Florida, despite their bad game against Utah and whatever, McNeese State, who gives a shit, honestly. I think that if you can beat Tennessee at home, it's like, hey, look, this is a program defining win. As crazy as it is to say, the last 2 years, like, hey, we're back. Like, not we're back fully, but we can still at least beat Tennessee when we're bad. That's always a good thing. When you can still beat your rivals when you're bad, that's how you're got at least a solid foundation at the least. And the SEC East is looking pretty bad. I mean, I was high on Tennessee. Haven't seen it yet. I think, again, this could be a statement game to prove people like me wrong. I know it doesn't matter. I got this right on, right? Who cares, right? You can at least shut people like me up that are not critical, I would say, but at least, Tennessee is back questioning, I guess you could say. So, yeah. And then again, Florida, obviously and then Kentucky, I guess you could say in the Big Ten or in the SEC West or East isn't the greatest. So, watch out for, Florida could even honestly make a run. I don't want to say could make a run like hard, but could be a team similar to South Carolina last year. It's like, hey, they had a pretty nice season. They had some big wins, pretty nice season, beat some rivals. It is what it is. They could do their thing because it is what it is. We haven't seen Georgia tested. We haven't seen Michigan tested. I know Georgia plays South Carolina this weekend, so I'm kind of talking out of both sides of my mouth right now. But we'll see. As of now, they've been tested. So that's what I have for now. Any other games? I'll just throw it on top 25 and see what's going on. Bethune-Cookman tonight for Miami. Yeah, who cares? Let's see. LSU, Mississippi State. This could get interesting. Mississippi State, when you think of them, you think of the air raid. That is not the case anymore. They run the football a ton. Will Rogers hasn't thrown the ball nearly as much as he has the rest of the years. I'll take this off, by the way. So they're back to kind of a bit of a running thing there. So they could, short this game down. But LSU needs this one bad to go on the road. Sneaky game, Missouri, Kansas State, kind of like the Missouri Tigers to upset, but everyone's been saying it. So I'm going to have to lean Kansas State. I think we'll lean Kansas State -4. Weaver State versus Utah. Who cares? Central Michigan, Notre Dame. Notre Dame's going to kill Central Michigan, even though it is a good sandwich spot. I know people are taking Central Michigan +35. I want you to look at their quarterback and then rethink your decision. It's like betting on Kirk Cousins in prime time. Don't do it. South Carolina, Georgia. Georgia kills them. Maybe some garbage time at the end for Spencer Rattler. Alabama, South Florida. Crazy. -33 Alabama. I like the over in that game because South Florida just scores points. Oregon State at home against San Diego State should be easy there for the Beavers. Oklahoma, Tulsa. Oklahoma looks like probably maybe doing another flex spot here. It was whatever. They played pretty last week. Iowa, Western Michigan. Iowa needs points badly to keep their jobs. Brian Ferentz and those guys. So I think what's going to happen is they're going to do their thing, and they're gonna absolutely pump Western Michigan. I like their team total over. Northwestern, Duke. Northwestern is bad. Duke's going to kill them. Probably the same result. -18.5. That's probably the same line as the basketball. Let's just be honest. I know Northwestern had a pretty good season last year with basketball, making the tournament again, second time in their history. But we're not doing college basketball yet. Minnesota, North Carolina, sneaky one of the best games on the week. I think Minnesota is a tough team, physically tough, but UNC I think can handle them. I know a lot of people are getting the sexy pick is Minnesota. I don't see it, man. I think Drake May rolls. I know he hasn't been that good, but they'll hand the ball off to Hampton or British Brooks. Washington State, Northern Colorado. NC Central versus UCLA. Hawaii, Oregon, murder scene. Colorado's going to kill Colorado State by 30, maybe even 40. It's a revenge spot. I like Travis Hunter anytime touchdown. You can get it as like a option on your prize picks, even though he's like -250. So maybe I'll tweet out some player props again coming closer to it. But final game I can see on here, Georgia Tech, Ole Miss. I kind of skipped over that one. Good sandwich spot again. I know Josh Pate has it in one of his Ramen Noodle Express out there, but Georgia Tech is frisky. I think it can kind of get on that. I like the under in that game. Again, I'm big on unders this year, clearly with the running clock. I know they've been factoring it in, but the worst thing you've been seeing now is it kind of happens in NFL games for the whole time that everyone's been betting on them. Is just like games just disappear, just come out and all of a sudden it's over and it's done. So, yeah, that's all I have for now. I think I have two more videos coming out this week. Saturday should be an interesting one. I'm going to probably do predictions on what I think is going to happen with the Mel Tucker coaching situation, who they should hire, things like that. And then maybe a hype video Sunday. I think the Pistons fans want a hype video first. I'll probably do that one. And I think looking forward at these, what we're gonna do here is we'll do maybe like an NBA video or something on the weekends, or an NHL video on the weekend, something like that. But Mondays will be college football recaps. Tuesday NFL recaps. Thursday will be what's it called? What we're doing right now, obviously the college picks. Friday will be the NFL picks, and Wednesday and the weekends TBD. So I might start missing a few uploads. Got a lot of stuff going on in the real world, so we'll see what happens. But as of now, I think I should be uploading at least 5 times a week. That's the goal, right? So thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.